Hi, my name is Seema Chandra and with me is my co-host Sarika Bansal. Sarika is a nutrition expert, a health coach, and she's been in the food industry for the last 15 years. She lives by her wellness mantra, and I can tell you she lays out the most spectacular table ever. Her food philosophy is go step by step, no fat diets, and she believes that the slow and steady always win the race.
Thank you, Seema. That was very generous, but you are no less. She's just not a food lover, but she's a powerhouse in the world of food and nutrition. She helped set up NDTV's food portal 20 years back. She was our favorite food show host who introduced us to a lot of global cuisines. And not to mention, she has a master's in public health. So trust me when I say that you are going to have a ball with all her knowledge and stories.
Thank you, Sarika.
In Good Taste today, we are going to do something different. Until now, we've been talking about food, its ingredients, what it's doing to our health. But today, we are going to talk about how you cook your food, where you cook your food. So we are talking about pots and pans and cookware, the different kind of metals, the enamels, and how it affects the flavor of the food and also the nutritional content of the food.
It's something that I feel is very important, Sarika. Simply because of course, we run our kitchens and we go and do our shopping for our ingredients. In the same way, we also shop for our cookware. And a lot of stuff has come out in the recent past on social media and in the news as to how you have to be careful. A lot of scaremongering also.
Yeah.
So without getting into the deep science behind it, yes, we should give an overview.
Yeah.
About different cookware, and I want to start with the latest, which is something that everybody's talking about is triple ply steel.
Yeah.
So all of us historically have had steel kadais, steel dekchis, steel utensils to make chai in. So steel has been a huge sort of staple.
Yeah.
It's a staple in Indian households. Now the latest thing is triple ply steel. I'll show off here. I've been buying triple ply steel for many, many years. When Indian brands had not come up with it, and it used to really pinch because it is expensive. What is triple ply steel? Triple ply steel is basically 2 layers of steel, and the inside layer can have aluminium or copper. So which is why triple ply. It's sandwiched. And the reason, of course, it's supposed to be very good is it evenly distributes heat when you put it on the gas. Why is that important? Because then there are no hot spots. So nothing burns. So if you're saying doing tadka, or if you want something to cook evenly, you want to use triple ply steel.
Okay.
Say you're wok frying, then triple ply steel works well. Also, for me, one of the biggest things why did I start using it was induction. It's induction friendly as well as gas friendly. So it works for both. Okay. Now it is heavier for sure. It is more expensive. The third advantage is, Sarika, that it does not react because it's steel. Steel does not react. And we'll go into what other things do. Triple ply steel does not react with acidic foods. It's very friendly to the khana that you're putting into it. So if it's tomatoes, vinegar, whatever, no issues. Triple ply steel.
No issues with acidic foods.
Exactly, nothing of that. And it's durable because it's stainless steel. It's not like it's like Teflon where, you can use wires and clean it up and sponges and all, and that also works well. So, and lastly, temperature control is quite even in the sense it heats up quickly and it cools down quickly.
Okay.
So that's the reason why triple ply steel is taken over. And now the good news is a lot of Indian brands have come up with triple ply steel, which makes it at least more affordable than before.
So my thing with this is, Sherry, that when I started using the steel pan, because, you read about it and you say, okay, that's the way to go. Everything was sticking to it, or we were adding a lot more oil. Then I did a little bit more research because I said it's out in the market, so it has to work. Right. So then I found out that it's something called a Lindenfrost effect. Okay. So this is that when you put the pan on fire and when you sprinkle water in it, so if it spreads and it evaporates, then it is not hot enough.
Yeah.
Okay. the moment you put water and it becomes a bubble, and when you can move the pan, the bubble moves with the pan.
Okay.
That's the right temperature.
Oh, very interesting.
And when you put oil after that, it goes into the pores and it actually acts like non-stick. So I have even made my sunny side up egg, and I can take the pan and flip it into my plate. I don't even have to use a spatula or anything.
Really? So you add the water in the beginning?
So just a drop to see the
porosity.
Just to see how hot it is. So it should form a bubble, and the bubble kind of doesn't evaporate. If you move the pan, the bubble moves with it.
Good gosh, I've learned something new today. Quite exciting. And I love making, especially eggs. That's one area. See, we all used to use Teflon back in the day. And then now there's this whole thing about no, Teflon has got a bad rap, switch to ceramic.
Yeah.
Ceramic has become very fancy and popular. I like it because of the sheer colors.
Yeah, it is. It's the new thing now. And it is also quite safe, I think, to use, because it's either you get a full ceramic pan, which I think are very expensive, but the latest ones which have come they're metal pans, but they have a ceramic coat on it. So it's like a gel-like thing which they coat the metal pans with, and it's kind of non-stick without the PFOS or
PTFEs, yeah.
PTFE, PFOS. It doesn't have any of those, and it's still non-stick. It has all vibrant colors. That's another good thing about it. And it's also eco-friendly, because they'll say, this PSFA free, and also these are all eco-friendly. But when buying a ceramic pan or cookware, you have to make sure what the material is. Okay, sometimes it could be an aluminum pan which is coated, so which is not right. So it should be either full ceramic, or it should be like a steel pan which is coated with ceramic gel. And they definitely have brand transparency. It tells you what kind of metal it is. It tells you that it doesn't have any of the Teflon kind of coating on it. And what kind of warranty are they giving? Durability and warranty. The only side effect of ceramic is, like any other utensil like Teflon also, that if there is a scratch or scratch on
They
it,
scratch very easily, I feel.
so then you have to kind of discard it and
But
get
it
a new
breaks your
one.
heart, Sarika.
I
You
know.
bought something and it costs, and then it scratches very easily. It
So,
looks lovely.
use-
The eggs come out beautiful in ceramic. But I find this a huge issue, that it scratches.
Use your metals. Don't use your metal spoons. Use your wooden or the rubber spatulas. Don't wash it with the iron sponge. Do it with the soft sponge. So you have to take care
Sarika,
of
I
it.
have two types of sponges.
Yeah.
Even the green side of the sponge, which
Yeah.
is the coarser sponge, you can't use it on ceramic.
Yeah.
It'll
It's
destroy it.
a little delicate.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful on those things. But if you're careful, then this is a good option to use as a non-stick pan. Yeah.
The next one I want to talk about is something that we've historically used in our kitchens is iron.
Yeah.
Right? Iron kadhais, iron dekchis, always used for regular Indian cooking. Dals, curries, everything that you can think of. Now, even for boiling water, we've used iron, right? Interestingly, the health benefits of using iron is iron fortification. And not only in India, in rural India, but in sub-Saharan Africa, in countries like Ghana and Tanzania, they use iron utensils as a form of public health, nutrition. They say because the iron gets absorbed from the kadhai into the khana slowly, and so especially where populations where women are anemic, iron is meant to be used, and it's supposed to be really good. I think in all this din of talk of all the fancy stuff, we shouldn't forget this is an age-old metal that is being used, and we shouldn't let go of it, right? And Lancet and many others, they've done studies showing that in iron deficient populations, usage of iron cookware helps a lot, especially for women, for children, for pregnant women when they need iron fortification,
And anemic.
women for sure. And the bottom line is that it's a sustainable and there's no sort of synthetic coating of PFOAs, none of that risk either.
Yeah.
So usage of iron because of natural iron fortification is something we should not forget. It's still relevant in today's day and age.
And continuing with iron, the other type of iron pots and pans which are used are the cast iron.
Yeah.
So it is similar to the iron, but it's heavy duty. So in cast iron, the heat is distributed evenly. But there are certain things you have to consider when you're using cast iron. One is that it's heavy.
Yeah.
So people don't like it. Other thing is it has to be seasoned. So that is very important. And for seasoning, it's not tough. It's just that for maintenance, you have to do it, Basically, you wash it properly and completely wipe it clean. If there's water, then it'll rust. So you completely wipe it clean. And after that, you take very little oil, like take a rice bran oil, and you rub it on the pan. After that, you put it on heat for 10 to 15 minutes and let it cool. That's it. That's how you season a cast iron pan. And when it's new, you have to do it a little bit more regularly. But when you keep using it, it becomes nice and glossy at the bottom. And you can just keep using it and you season it once in a while. So cast iron is a very, very good cookware. If you want to get like evenly distributed. Chefs use it for searing meats a lot. You want to get that crispy fish. For that it's very good. I have to tell you my cast iron story. So I always had pans of cast iron, but I never had a pot with a lid. And during COVID, when you were studying, rest of the world was cooking.
Yeah.
So I took a sourdough making class.
Oh.
And to bake my sourdough, they said bake it in a cast iron pot. So that's where I got my first cast iron pot.
How interesting.
And how it works is, so when you put the dough in the cast iron pot, you cover the lid and you put it in the oven. So because of the even heat, it's heating evenly from all sides. And because it's heavy and the lid is on, the steam gets trapped inside.
Yep.
Because of that, the top doesn't dry up, but the bread is baking from inside.
Yeah.
So when
nice.
and then halfway through, you remove the lid. And that's when the top gets nice and crusty.
Crisp. So I'll tell you, cast iron, very interesting for me. I've been using it for quite a while, Sarika. Totally, one of the things that one uses for is meat searing.
Yeah.
Because the outside gets crisp, the inside remains, soft. Burgers.
Yeah.
I love it when the cast iron has those lines, the grill lines. When you put the burger patty and it looks lovely. Presentation. The other thing that I do is when I want to sear meat and then I want to put it in the oven. So I it's dual purpose.
Yeah.
I will always sear it in the cast iron straight away into the oven.
Yeah.
It just beautiful is the
Yeah.
only word I can think of. The way
You're
the
making me
texture.
hungry.
I know the way the texture comes out.
You're making me hungry,
Me too,
Sherry.
me too. And the other thing is meats, fish, salmon,
Yeah.
like unbelievable. When it comes to root vegetables, Sarika, potatoes, if you're cooking any root vegetable, arbi,
Yeah.
you put it on a cast iron, again, it's dense, lovely, crispy
Outside.
Oh,
Nice.
frittatas. Again, Spanish omelette, I would do a cast iron. Shakshuka is one of my favorites to make because it bubbles, like you said.
Yeah.
From the bottom, the top gets crisp. You put a good lid on it. It works very well. And even actually cow's whey. So anything which you also want slow cooking. So in India, at least I have never used an Instapot. For me, the cast iron is a substitute for Instapot. Anything I want shredded, which I want, I want their
Slow
love,
cooking.
love and affection. I
Yeah.
want the juices to go into the stuff. I'll use my cast iron.
Yeah.
But I need time for it. So it's one of those things, and it works very well on induction. So I put it on induction
And leave it over there.
let it go,
Yeah.
and it's almost like It's for me, cast iron is really like when I want to show love and affection.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, that's
for the family.
very well put, actually, Sherry. That's very well put.
Sounds
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah.
No? Love and affection through food. But we keep doing that.
Yeah, that is done all along, but
All
this was a
along.
nice way of saying it.
I've
But,
suddenly got brownie points.
So, but now the new ones have come up. You know,
Okay.
we used to have those really dark black cast irons, and now the beautiful enameled cast iron have come. Beautiful red color, orange color, blue color. They're so appealing, you know. So they've become like a fashion statement in the kitchen now.
Yeah.
Then actually just instead of just a cookware.
Yeah.
So
In fact,
that's-
restaurants are sometimes putting the cast iron on an induction and letting you serve from there.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
It's great.
Food doesn't burn.
Yeah.
It remains hot.
Yeah.
It's evenly distributed.
so pretty.
It looks lovely.
It looks really
I like
nice.
the organic feel
Yeah.
and the organic look. The next one we want to talk about, Sarika, is Teflon.
The
Very.
dreaded one.
But dreaded now.
Yeah.
For years we used Teflon.
We were so excited when it came out.
Yeah.
Non-stick, nothing is sticking.
And barely, for people like you and me who are careful about oil and butter, it was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
We have to be careful here when we talk about hazards to do with Teflon. At the end of the day, what they're saying is that Teflons can have PTFEs, which are,
Which I can't say clearly.
well, PTFEs which are not good. The chemicals are not good for your health. Having said that, is it that all non-stick is bad for you? No, they're saying that only when non-stick is used at very high heat, it can be problematic. They say that if you're using acidic food, tomatoes, vinegar, a lot of your Indian cuisine which is cooked at, for hours and hours, then that can be troublesome. If your non-stick surface has got eroded, that's not good because then the chemicals are leaching into your system. So we should be careful in just saying, oh, well, non-stick is not great. I have really searched and tried to look for studies, which, I always try and do, to see, and strangely, one finds so much material which is out there from companies. So you'll find the steel company saying stainless steel is better, non-stick is not good. You'll have the ceramic company saying something. Honestly, if one looks at scientific research in CDC, they are saying that it's in fact been proven now that there is no conclusive evidence that using Teflon causes Alzheimer's, which was one of the things that they were saying.
Really?
Yes, so the latest guidelines are saying it's not scientifically concluded. So I think we should be
strange.
careful in just putting it out there that there's no, but you have to be careful. What are the guidelines? Even ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. ICMR came out with a guideline in India saying be very careful with Teflon. If it's scratched, if the top surface is eroded, please don't use it.
Yeah, but
But then-
because then the chemical comes more into the food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But ye nahi ki you don't have to use it at all.
Yeah.
It's not saying it, it's just saying the red flag is discard your pan. But it doesn't say don't use it.
Yeah. So I have to tell you this, my staff at home, when they saw this is many years back, not recently, they said it's black color and somebody took a steel this thing and washed it and scrubbed it and made it like white color or something and was so happy of what they've done with it. And I went into the kitchen once and I'm like, what happened? I don't recognize this pan. I said, what is this pan? And they said it was so black, so we kind of cleaned it up.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So, you have to be careful. Don't use metal spoons. Use your wooden spoons, like I said before. Yeah. So, Teflon, but it still has the coating. I would be wary, of using it. The thing to remember is, cast iron can go to generations. It doesn't go bad. If you season it properly, if you take care of it, it takes care of you. This is what they say about cast iron.
Yeah.
But with Teflon and all, you have to know that change it every few years.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You can't keep it forever.
You cannot keep it,
Yeah.
even if it's looking perfectly fine. At some point, because of the height and the intense, we all are in family. In India, there are always big families. Lot of food, and food is being cooked every day, 3 times a day in Indian homes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cooking happening. So make sure that if you're using Teflon, that, mentally you should know that you have to change it every couple of years.
Yeah. I hear you.
The next one I really want to talk about, Sherry, is the aluminium cookware. Aluminium, again, has been, like you said, for the iron, has been in our Indian kitchens forever.
Always.
It's affordable, it's lightweight, and it is tough. You can scratch it, you can use it with a metal spoon, you can do anything to it.
Yeah.
It looks the same. The only I have seen in old Indian kitchens that the pan is there except the handle is gone. But nothing has happened to the pan. The pan stays as it is, So it is always used. The aluminium cookware is been there forever. Again, like we have been mentioning all this while, when you're using acidic food, be careful when you're using, because there will be some aluminium which comes into the food. It is a very small percentage, but over the years it can increase. Also, some people could be allergic, so that could be an issue. So you have to decide what works for you and what not. A lot of our pressure cookers, Sherry, used to be aluminium.
Yeah.
And if you want to be careful about not using aluminium so much, you get those steamer kind of a structure, and you can put steel pans inside the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
So you're still using the pressure cooker, you're getting the benefits of the pressure cooker, but you're cooking in that steel containers.
Yeah.
So you can do something like that, But it is something which has always been there, and it's very, very reliable,
True,
you can go to it. I think it's a good choice, actually.
Yeah, it's easy for us to just say don't do it there till it's not proven. We don't want to say.
I mean, there are research going on, but it's a very small number.
Yeah.
So
one of the things, Sarika, which not often spoken about, and you certainly don't find it in utensil stores, but it's got deep-rooted connection to Indian cooking, and I love talking about it, is clay pots, right? Look at most cultures have used it. I mean, in Assam, they've used it for even making root beer. Bengal will use it for, mache jhol and your various curries.
Yeah.
In South India, they'll use it for payasam, for Kerala curries. In Rajasthan, they use it, and I believe even put it under sand to get the flavor out, right? Clay pot is something so nice about it. And we've got, when you go somewhere and they give you, of course, you have your kheer and you have anything, mishti doi in clay pots. There's almost a flavor I feel that comes through, an earthiness, if I might add. I have to tell you, in a very modern Indian restaurant, they make this amazing thing called baked yogurt, and it comes in a clay pot. I love it. Just this whole feeling. It's an offshoot of mishti doi, right, with a fig in it and all. So my point is, clay pot cooking, again, very cheap to use, economically viable, always there. Yes, the only one big disadvantage is you have to dry it each time you've used it. And in terms of...
and it breaks easily.
It breaks easily. I know, but
that's a big disadvantage.
But the porous texture adds, I feel, so much to the khana. No? And
I don't know, in Indian cooking, do anybody use it in the modern homes?
So I've seen people, some chefs, when I used to walk into kitchens in my food show days, they used to use it. They would put it in tandoors. They would sometimes put it in a clay pot and steam it. Now, I don't know if they were doing it for television, because I was doing the show, or were they doing it in general in the restaurants?
In our house also, sometimes we do set yogurt in it.
Right.
But I've never made food in it. And I don't know of homes. I mean, villages, yes.
Yeah.
People use it because it's easy to cook in. But it's such a good thing. There should be some kind of a material that comes out which is like that for the modern homes. Also.
I think, if you think about it, also, for example, clay pot for water storage, we use it.
Yeah.
Even till date. I use it. I love water that comes out of clay pots. There's a lovely earthiness.
Muddy,
slightly muddy, I don't know, earthiness about it.
Yeah.
So there is, and why I like to talk about it is because it's got such deep-rooted connections with our culture.
Yeah.
and it's still there.
Yeah.
And I think if we can, especially in our kind of homes, I'd love to get a set of clay pots and say, like I've tried the bake yogurt, for example, and I've got clay pots now. Now they're nicely glazed. So they've,
So it lasts longer.
lasts longer and is reusable.
Nice.
Reusable.
So very nice.
So I don't know.
Very nice.
Just thought I'd share it.
Yeah, very
share
nice.
it with you. In Good Taste today, Sarika, basically whether it's ceramic, tri-ply steel, cast iron, you name it. At the end of the day, the kind of cookware you use has an immense bearing on the nutritional content of your food, can or cannot leach chemicals into it. And at the end of the day, depending on the heat, depending on the kind of food that you're cooking, all of it, there's a science behind it. And we've tried to decode it to the best of our abilities.
Yeah. So choose wisely, eat well, live right, and always keep it in good taste.
Couldn't agree with you more.